Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Top 5 Saturdays Live with me, Chase Lee, and my co-host,
Ryan Suffield.
That's fucking right. Hey, listen, if you're new to this show, this is a show where we take a look at some of the movies coming out on Friday, and we'll make a top 5 list according to the movies coming out. Make it, kind of similar, because that's what we do here. And it might be over an actor, director, a genre, or even something as strange as this fucking episode. So, we do top 5 lists and stuff, and the cool thing is we do this live, so we have no idea what the hell's going to come out of our mouths, and we don't know what's on each other's list. But this is probably the most crowded Top 5 Saturdays Live orgy we've ever had, because we have 2 guests this week. But before we begin on that, if you are watching on YouTube and you want an audio-only version because you don't want to see my 12-year-old boyish face for an hour, that's okay. Link will be in the description below. If you're listening on Spreaker or iHeartRadio and you want a video version, you want to see my 12-year-old face, it's okay. Link is in the description below. So first, Brian, how you doing, man?
I'm well. How are you?
As you can see, Brian's got a alcoholic beverage in the front of his screen, so he's drunk as shit right now. He's so drunk. He's wasted. All right, so Brian, you sound like you've had a pretty bad week. Do you want to discuss it for a few seconds?
No, thank you.
Okay, so this is Top 5 Saturdays Live, and Brian, would you like to introduce our subject?
Well, in honor of a Legion, which looks like absolute horseshit, we are going to be doing our top 5 threequels.
Yeah, top 5 threequels, which means anything goes. If it's in a franchise and it's labeled as the third one, you can put it on there. So, but we're not alone today. We invited some guests over into our top 5 house, and we're gonna introduce them. So, Brian, take it away.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Okay, fine.
You created this show. You introduce.
Oh, my.
You make the younger one introduce.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so anyways, the first one we have, the lady on the panel, we have Cinema Darling, Francesca, who was on our Coen Brothers episode. So, Francesca, how you doing?
I'm doing really, really well, actually. I'm doing pretty dope, and I'm so excited to talk about this one. I have a really wacky list, so let's be prepared for that, but I'm really excited to be on here.
Okay, so in the background, you can't see it on my wall, but it says no wackiness allowed, so that shit's got fucking...
Oh, time to log off.
Time to log off. All right, and then the other guest that we have, he has his own YouTube channel as well, and he does movie reviews just like all of us, and he is Captain Vitus. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. I was just playing Hyrule Warriors for 10 million hours straight, and I kind of forgot this was happening, so I literally just put together my list. It's still perfect. It's still awesome. I was going to have an alcoholic beverage as well, but it's 5 in the afternoon. And
yeah, Brian, it's 5 in the afternoon. What are you doing with your life? All right, so anyway.
To be fair, it looks darker over there.
Yeah, it's like 8 o'clock over here.
The sun
almost.
is up, and I don't want the sun to see me.
Well, Captain Vitus, you don't have to tell us where you live, but what time zone do you live in?
Mountain time zone. Mountain time.
Okay, so we have a mountain time, and you have me in central time, and then you have the 2 yutzes over there in East Coast time. So, all right.
Damn East Coast time.
Yeah. So what is that, like 9 o'clock over there East Coast? Because
it's 7:41, so around 8 o'clock ish.
Yeah, it's already dark. All right. So
yeah, basically.
Yeah, so thanks for coming on, guys. And the way we do our show, Francesca knows, so Cap, I will go ahead and let you... No, I'm going to call him Cap the whole show, so if you heard me say that, I'm talking to him. All right, so what we do is we'll go from 5 to 1, and we'll go around the table. We'll just kind of discuss it. And the cool thing is if someone says an answer that is on your list and you don't want to discuss it, you can say pass. And if you say pass, that means it's on your fucking list, which means I can try to guess it. Because Brian knows. I'm so good at guessing his list every single week. He gets so angry.
Okay.
Oh, see, Brian just gets so angry because I'm a wizard at this shit. So, all right. So with that being said, let's do this. It is Top 5 Saturdays Live Threequel Films. So that means the rules stated once again. Anything goes as long as it's the 3rd installment of the franchise. So... let's do it. Number 5. Ladies first. Cinema Darling, what is your number 5 favorite threequel film of all time? Now think about it, okay, before you say your answer. So, go for it.
Oh goodness. So number 5 is Spider-Man 3. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my God! I almost had an aneurysm. All right.
I told y'all. Well, the first two of this lovely list are gonna be kind of out there, and they're just just to be kind of fun. Just to be fun. So I honestly was just looking through the threequels, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just got hit with nostalgia. So for 5th place, I am literally gonna say Spy Kids 3D Game Over because it was my very first 3D movie ever. And second off, Frodo as the guy. Enough said. And I killed Brian.
Yeah, Brian's dead, so I guess I'll take over the whole time. Okay, so I'm a little confused as to
Yeah.
why. As to why. So can you please explain to us and the people listening why is this hold a special place in your heart?
No, literally, I was just looking through,
Okay.
and I was like, I'll just choose something different. That's literally the only reason why.
Okay, and just to let you guys know that are watching on YouTube, I have a whiteboard here, so I put down our answers. So when I show it at the very end of it, you will see Spy Kids 3D on her list.
Yes, you will.
All right. So thank you for your answer. I don't know how to respond to that.
I know. I'm just trying to be a little different.
But we appreciate that because my number
Oh,
5.
good.
My number 5, people are gonna start throwing shit at me. So, Kat, we'll go and fling it over to you. What is your number 5?
Well, it's kind of ironic that Fran had a movie that just happens to have my adulthood hero in it, Sylvester Stallone, because my
Okay.
number 5 also does, because my number 5 is Rocky 3.
Hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely not the best in the franchise, but it's one of just those. It's still so good. There's one bad Rocky movie. It's just it blows my mind. They're so good. Clubber Lang is one of my favorite movie villains. Period. Just because he's hilarious. He's running around like woman, come on, woman. All that. This movie gave us Mr. T. Like you need to appreciate Rocky 3 for that alone, and the fact it's just a nice flick.
Yeah, I told Brian this, and he nearly had a heart attack. But I'll tell you as well. I've never seen the first Rocky, but I've seen.
Oh, goodness.
I know
Goodness.
it's awful. It's okay. I know you want to leave now, but just stay. Just stay here. Now I saw number 6. That was my first ever one, like ever. So I saw
6
Rocky.
is really good.
Yeah, 6. Rocky Balboa is amazing, and Creed's awesome. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Go back and watch the first one. So yeah,
Do
Rocky.
yourself a favor. Watch them all in a row. You will never feel more inspired in your life.
And like if I watch all 5 in a row, I might have to have like a translator by number 5 because I'll be like Sylvester Stallone talking for 5 movies is just gonna be daunting. So yeah, no, that's
You got other people around to say, "Oh, he said this or that."
yeah, I'll just bring one of my friends over and be like, can you be like my translator for Sylvester Stallone? Hey, you're fucking Rocky, you're fucking boxing and shit. All right, so that was
Like the episode of South Park.
yeah. Let's move on. So no, that's a really a good pick. So Brian, take it away.
My number 5 will be shocking to Chase because Chase now knows how much of a fan I am of this franchise. Francesca and Ash, you guys wouldn't know how much of a big fan I am of this franchise, and Chase is gonna be like, "Why is this so fucking low on your list, Brian? You constantly praise this movie to death like it's a baby in your life." My number 5 is The Bourne Ultimatum.
Wow, I expected it to be higher.
You see, I told you, he knows how much of a Bourne fanatic I am. I love Jason Bourne to death. He is Matt Damon is easily just one of the best we've ever had. I love all 3 of these films. I think Ultimatum is so superior to the first 2 in terms of the writing, the direction, the action sequences. The quick cut editing works so beautifully for this film, and I love the way it ends because, in my opinion, this ended the series perfectly, but I am massively pumped for Jason Bourne. I texted Chase after that Super Bowl trailer appeared, and I was crying my tears. I was physically crying. I had a picture of me crying, but I lost it because, well, I guess I'm not a true fan if you can't show the tears you have when you watch the Jason Bourne Super Bowl trailer. But no, Bourne Ultimatum is fantastic. It's definitely superior to the first 2. And for those who have not seen the Bourne films, what are you doing in your life? Check them out. Please see them, or else I might have a heart attack.
Okay, so I'm a little shocked it's low on your list. I don't know you anymore. I don't know who you are. So my number 5. Here's how I did my list, ladies and gentlemen. I will not have returns of any movie, so I won't have any Jedis or Kings on my movie or my list.
Really?
I decided to go the Francesca route. All mine are off-the-wall picks, and I excluded obvious picks. So obvious big blockbusters, not there. So I decided to challenge myself and really put together the list that way. So all my answers will be really fucking different, starting with this one. Now, I am an avid fan of this whole franchise, actually, except for number 4 and the last one. Now, I remember when I was working at the theater and I saw this one back in 2010. Lonely, 20-year-old fat Chase sitting in the theater, and I'm thinking to myself, I love the first two. So how is this third one going to play out? Well, it was a prequel, and I was actually kind of stunned on how good it was. And if you want to take the first 3 and set it off to the side, I think it's actually one of the best modern horror franchises we've ever had if you stopped after the third one. But, of course, Hollywood likes to milk that raw teat of theirs and, drag it out until, it just doesn't work anymore. My number 5 is Paranormal Activity 3. It's actually
I thought you were going to say, I swear to you, I thought you were going to say Twilight because Eclipse came out in 2010, and I was like, bro,
I thought you were going to say Underworld.
Yeah.
I was convinced it was Underworld.
It's on my list.
Okay, so that was a misdirect. It's actually a tie between Twilight and Underworld. So that would be awful.
The worst fan fiction.
Yeah, it's so bad. No, trust me, Twilight can suck every single moose dick on the planet. So
I agree.
Like with Paranormal Activity, I could not sleep after the first one. And I'm a grown-ass man. And the way I like the reason why I liked these type of movies, and I will say to some extent that the Ghost Dimension, no, not the Ghost Dimension, what's the off-brand one?
The marked ones?
Yeah, the marked ones. The marked ones wasn't bad. Number 4 and the last one they just made me want to cry inside. But I love what the first 3 did because they actually created a nice little story that you can connect with the characters with, and it's actually frightening. I watched number 2 before I saw the last one, and I couldn't believe on how good it was with the way the cameras were set up and the way frames were set up in terms of what's happening in that corner. You can't really see that corner. This is placed out perfectly, so this could happen over here, and it just freaks you out because everyone lives in a house for the most part, or an apartment or something, to where the scares in the movie seem genuine and it seemed like they could happen to you. I don't know. That's just me, though. I think 1, 2, and 3 is a solid trilogy, and it's actually a really good prequel to actually go back and see how these little girls basically got contracted with the ghost STD. So I really like the cult aspect of it. It was just super creepy and just disturbing and stuff. I dug it. Sue me. Just fucking sue me if you hate this.
It's okay.
It's okay. We're all friends here.
In the mail.
This actually might be the last time Captain Vice will ever come on here. So
I actually haven't seen it.
Okay, so we're doing good so far.
Yeah, believe it or not, I've only seen the marked ones.
Oh, wow.
The entire series. And I hated it. So I was like, never again. Not anymore.
I get it. I mean, listen, it's one of those franchises that, 99% of the people hate, but I'm in that one weird percent, so I'm okay with it. So
I'm fine with you, Deborah. I got some weirdos too, but
we all got some weird fucking movies. So
exactly.
Cinema Darling, would you like to talk about your number 4?
Okay. So just so y'all know, this is the last kind of wacky one. I just had to put it on here just because it's one of my guilty pleasures. And Ash, you're gonna low key appreciate this. I put High School Musical 3 senior year on here because it's one of them. You get it, don't you? Okay, so the HSM, the HSM trilogy, that whole trilogy, they're my guilty pleasures. Okay, I loved them as a child, and when I grew up, I was like, okay, cheesy, but they're fun. Now, senior year, the last one in this cute little trilogy, I was expecting like a cookie cutter kind of story to go with it. It wasn't really cookie cutter. It actually had an interesting, thought about senior year and how it's crazy and how everyone leaves afterwards. And obviously everyone leaves afterwards, but you know what I mean. I really liked it. Thought the music was good, for what it was and everything. I mean, it's like my guilty pleasure, honestly, and it's fun for what it is. So
I agree with you.
Thank you.
It's great. It's not as good as 2, because 2 will forever be 2.
We gotta work.
2 has the best music.
Bet on it. Bet on it.
Exactly.
Troy,
Zac Efron
golf
running
course.
around the golf course.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, I can't say anything because I put Paranormal Activity 3 on my list, so I'm not going to say a word about this one. You know,
Good.
Hey, remember this High School Musical? High School Musical is life. Once a wildcat, always a wildcat.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Okay.
We're all in this together, okay? Like, I love it. I unabashedly love it, and Ash understands because I've talked to him about
No,
this.
I do understand because I grew up with it, and I don't know. I've always had an appreciation for it.
So now I'm officially the oldest one in this fucking hangout. All right, so I'm just an old fuck right now. All right, High School Musical 3. All right, so I don't know how to rebound off that. Cap, what about you? What's your number 4? What are we working with?
Well, I also chose a movie from my childhood. Fran and I's lists are kind of the same in a way. First, she has a Stallone movie, then I have one. Now she has a movie from her childhood, as do I, because my number 4 is Pokemon the Movie 3.
Yes.
Which is the best of the original Pokemon trilogy, because, for one, the story is epic and cinematic. Entei is my favorite legendary Pokemon. I have the goddamn card in my wallet. Is right. I got it. I got him. I got this
that
thing.
movie religiously when I was like 5 years old. It's the truth.
It's incredible. It's amazing. And I could say all the things about how the story's amazing and the Pokemon battles are incredible, but when it really comes down to it, why I love this movie so much is because of that final battle between Entei and Charizard, which to this day, I rewatched it and it blew my mind. It's crazy. It's awesome. I love it.
Did you watch the first one in theaters like I did?
I didn't actually. I'm that asshole who got into it late and I never grew out of it. Like,
Gotcha.
fuck's sake, I just bought this. Like,
Hey, listen, folks. I'm a 90s kid. I was 10 years old when that shit was popular. Pokemon is like my fucking life next to the Game Boy. Like that's what I lived by when I was in elementary school. And I remember I saw the first one in theaters, and they give you that Mew card when you buy your ticket. So I completed my 151 collection or whatever by getting that last Mew card. So we just talked some geek right there. So
it's a part of life.
So I guess Cinema Darling was so confused by your pick, she just left.
She just texted me. She said, "Tell them that my Wi-Fi disconnected and I'll be back on soon."
Well, that's okay. We'll go super slow. All right. So Brian, what is your number 4?
My number 4 is Before Midnight.
Nice.
Why the fuck is that so low?
I knew it. I knew you were gonna. I like my top 3 more than Before Midnight. Hey, this almost didn't make the list. I was nice enough to put this on the list. Chase knows this, Ash. I hate romance films to death. I hate them. I hate them. But these 3, I love these films to death. Richard Linklater's the fucking man. Ethan Hawke is a beautiful man, and so is Julie Delphi. Actually, beautiful woman. Oops, my apologies.
They're all
very beautiful, man.
All beautiful men.
Yeah, I love this trilogy. Before Midnight is my least favorite personally, but all 3 of them are equally fantastic. This one I think is the most mature, of course, because now they're adults, they're married, they have children. The writing once again is perfect. I love that this film got nominated for adapted screenplay. To be quite honest, I personally would have given the award to this, but 12 Years a Slave screenplay was so superior. You can't really argue with that. But no, the entire Before trilogy deserves a shout out. Like, I just love these films to death. When we did our sequels episode, I was an idiot for not putting Before Sunset on my list, but now I'm like, you know what? I have to be nice by Before Midnight on my threequels list because it is one of the best threequels we've ever had, and it probably is the best threequel, well, the second best threequel of this decade so far. Before Midnight, check it out, as well as the other 2. And also Sony, release them on Blu-ray, except for Before Midnight.
Right!
That's already out.
It's so dumb that they haven't released that shit on Blu-ray, but I got them all on DVD, and I'll look at those until that happens. So yeah, that's an interesting pick, but I don't want to talk about it. because I have a heart, unlike Brian. So,
Whoa.
my number 4, I gotta go back to my my pervy roots when I was in high school. So, when I was in high school, the only thing I was concerned about before I really got into film was finding the movie with the most tits or the most gore. And I remember I looked at this list, and I was like, what are the goriest films of all time? And I looked up the list, and I saw Evil Dead, and I was like, okay, never seen it before, never heard of it, let's blind buy it. I blind bought that movie. I watched it, and I was like, holy shit, are there more? So I found out that there were 2 more. So I bought Evil Dead 2, and I was like, oh my god, there's a 3rd one. Gotta get that shit. So my number 4 is Army of Darkness. This is it's so far different from anything in that entire trilogy. What I like about it the most, it's like a horror comedy medieval movie. The second one's like a horror comedy, and then like the first one's like straight up horror. It's so weird the direction they took it in, but the cheesy, campy aspect of it works so well with Army of Darkness. And come on, it's fucking Bruce Campbell. He's my spirit animal. He's everyone's spirit animal. And I love the fact that, because I love the show, Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I love the fact that they brought him back into this world, and maybe they'll go to the Army of Darkness realm in the show, or even with the new rebooted movie, which I really enjoy as well. But it's just campy. It's fun. It's Bruce Campbell as his finest. I love the stop motion skeletons. It's just so cheesy, but it's so enjoyable. Like, come on, man. It's Sam Raimi doing his campy horror films, which it's got the same tone as like Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and like Drag Me to Hell. All have like that weird campy tone, and that's why he's a very unique director for sure. And that's why I'm gonna put Army of Darkness as my number 4. It's just really a lot of fun. And my favorite one to date is Evil Dead 2 out of all of them, but I actually like the 2013 remake over the original one. I know you guys want to throw pitchforks at me, but it's okay. I still like every one of them. But Captain Vitus, since I don't really know you that well, but do you like the Evil Dead trilogy?
I do, and it's not just because the main character is named after me, which was a great decision, Sam, but, I like it because I'm not a horror guy, but it's like I really love the first one. I haven't seen the second one, actually. I just bought it, because it was on sale at Target, and I worked there, so I did. But I love Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
It's weird, it's cheesy, it's funny, and it's Bruce Campbell. It's like you said, dude can do no wrong.
He's so charming. Like he could be doing a fucking Pepto-Bismol commercial, and I'll be like, that was the best commercial I've ever seen in my life. Because I'm
gonna go get some now.
Exactly. It's like, I don't have fucking heartburn or stomach indigestion, but I'm gonna get some Pepto-Bismol, motherfucker. So
I do. I could totally go get it.
Exactly. So Bruce Campbell is just one of those guys. It doesn't matter what he's in; he always sells the movie. And Army of Darkness is one of them. It's one of the best unique trilogies. I want to put that word unique on that because, like I said, they take it in such a weird direction, like Ash was saying, and it's like, what the fuck is this, Sam Raimi? But you know what? I'm enjoying it. So I really hope with these new kind of remakes they want to do with the rebooted franchise or whatever, I hope they kind of go in that route, and I want to see an updated version of an Army of Darkness. I think that would look really cool because the Army of Darkness came out in, I think, 91 or 92, so it's like, I think it's okay to update that one, with today's technology, so that'd be kind of cool, actually. So, so we're moving on to number 3. Ash, we'll go and throw it back at you, man. So, what is your number 3, man?
I'll need to go look it up. There it is. My number 3. You see, I was about to do a pun because I always do puns on my podcast, but fuck that. My number 3 is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which, in my personal opinion, is the finest Western to ever be brought to screen. It's one of the movies I watched in, I remember when I got into movies for the first time, this is one of those ones that immediately struck me. It was this and Die Hard and, something else.
Nice.
But I love it. It's 3 hours of Clint Eastwood staring at people, and it's got the other guy. It's Western. What's the words? I can't do the words. It's amazing. It's a masterpiece. It's incredible. Sergio Leone's best.
Yeah, it's listen, Clint Eastwood's like one of the masters at westerns. It's crazy how good that movie is, and
Yeah.
I couldn't put it on my list, to be honest with you, just because I haven't seen it in so long. I would feel like it was an injustice for me to put it on there because I don't remember much of it. Because I saw it last time I saw it was in film theory in film school in 2009. So yeah, I didn't really feel comfortable with putting it on there because that was 7 years ago. So Brian, what do you think about the good, the bad, and the ugly?
I haven't seen it in years. I really want to see it again. I couldn't put it on the list here because, like I said, I haven't seen it in so long. So
yeah, it's definitely a classic western. That's for damn
Yeah.
sure.
I was gonna say I have a poster of it that's like right in front of my bed, so I
Okay.
technically see it every day. Every morning when I wake up, the first thing I see is Clint Eastwood just squinting, and I'm like,
Perfect.
"It's going
So
to be a good day." And then I turn around and see the world, and I'm like, "Oh wait, no, it's not." But
I mean that's how everyone should wake up in the morning and just see a squinty Clint Eastwood. So I'm kind of jealous in that regard. So. Yeah, since Cinema Darling has, I guess, officially run away because she just hates us, Brian. I guess we'll move on for now, and then we'll go back if she comes back. So, yeah. So, Brian, what is your number 3?
TS3, Toy Story 3.
Why is that so low on your list?
Oh my fucking Christ!
Brian, what the hell are you? You're not even human.
What are you fucking talking about?
I'm speaking the truth. That's what I'm doing.
I am so sorry to disappoint you, Chase. God damn it.
So, Brian, the floor is yours. I'm sorry.
I want to start this off with a fun fact. This is the movie I saw the most in the theater. I saw this movie in the theater 6 times.
What? You put yourself through emotional torture 6 times?
Yes.
God damn. All right.
Yes. There were no little kids in the theater whenever I would go see this movie. They were quiet. They would not speak. It was beautiful. The one time I go see a family film, the kids are silent. God bless America. Because, Chase, I tell you, almost every single time I go see an anime film, the kids never shut the hell up.
Because apparently you live in, like, Loud Children USA, because I had never had that problem before.
Well, I'm sorry that New Jersey is, like, New Jersey.
The loudest fucking state in the world.
Yeah, this is a beautiful, heartbreaking, entertaining ending, in my eyes, to this incredible franchise. When this came out, I was 12. I remember when they announced it, and when they finally confirmed it, I was like, oh my god, it's finally happening. I was -3 years old when the first one came out. I was 1 when the second one came out, and then I was 12. So, basically, this whole franchise is my childhood. I really, really love this film. I think it was my 3rd favorite film, no pun intended, of 2010. I honestly would have been very happy if it won Best Picture, but I was rooting for The Social Network that year. Yeah, it carries darker elements to it. Like I said, it's really funny. It still captures the imaginations of everyone, and it's just Andy grows up, and it's so different that it works so well as a very mature Pixar film that I feel like with a 4th one, I don't think they could do something with it, but I am still interested to see where they go with the story because I really like the shorts that they've been doing. But Toy Story 3, if someone says that this is the best Threequel, I wouldn't be mad, honestly, because it's so incredibly well made. It has a 99% of Rotten Tomatoes, so whoever gave the movie a rotten review, fuck you, I hate you, go to hell, because you have no soul. So yeah, Toy Story 3 is my number 3.
Would you like to comment on that, Mr. Vias, or would you like to move on?
well, I'd like to say we should probably hunt that guy down. The one guy who gave it the 99% as opposed to the 100, like we all did with Zootopia. Learn their name, learn their review, then call those fuckers out on it.
You know what's really funny about that is, like, when the movie came out, I was like, all right, cool, it's getting a 100% just like the first 2. And then I was like, all right, still going 100%. And then, like, one day I refreshed Rotten Tomatoes and it was like 99. I was like, wait a minute. So someone actually did it. Someone actually brought it down.
It takes one asshole to ruin everything.
It's ridiculous because, like, the first 2 are at 100%, and then that one's at 99, and it's like, you motherfucker. Like,
Right?
Just
like, God! I found the heartless people. Go burn them. Like they're there.
Exactly. They come from Michigan. Okay, so I don't know anyone from Michigan. That was I guess.
Well, I hope you don't meet anyone because
so anyone that's watching this from Michigan, that was just a random state I chose out of my ass when I made that joke. It was a terrible joke, and I love you. All right, so my number 3. I asked Brian if this counted as part of a trilogy because technically it's not a trilogy, but to film fans and film nerds such as ourselves, I think it does count, and that's why for my number 3, I'm going to go with The World's End.
I called it!
I know. Part of the Cornetto trilogy, which is a trilogy in our books, and it's in Edgar Wright's books and Simon Pegg's books. You know what? It fucking counts. So, if you guys don't know the Cornetto trilogy, it's Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. And now I've fought back and forth on which one's my favorite. I honestly don't know because they kind of all just, they're all great. So Cinema Darling's back, so I guess my blackmail is working. So I'm kidding. I don't
I
do
was
that.
sending her gifts of dachshunds, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta come on." Actually, that's a basset hound. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the Purina community. I fucked up.
The World's End, it's super funny, and there's actually a lot of heart to it, despite all of its bombastic, awesome visual effects and stuff, and really cool alien story. I love Simon Pegg's character. It's something that you don't expect when you watch it. Like, there's a lot more to him. It's like, this is a guy that hasn't grown up, and he just kind of latches on to his.
And I'm back. Sorry.
Oh my God, she just scared the shit out of me. He was all over.
Yeah. He was talking, and then Francesca, stop!
Stop, bitch! So, basically,
What up, bitches?
so I'm gonna take the Francesca approach, and I'm gonna go into a town hall meeting, and be like, "What's up, assholes? Like, I'm here." I'm kidding, Francesca.
Oh no, I get you. I'm so sorry. My internet just completely died, and I was like, whoa.
That was the best fucking intro. You should have just came in like that. You'd be like, you just come in the middle of it, like, "What's up, bitches?" that would be great.
I should have.
We're on our number 3. I'm just wrapping up mine. We'll throw it over to you so that
Okay.
perfectly.
Thank you.
The World's End. If you guys have not seen it, there's a lot of heart. There's a lot of depth to it. It's super funny. If you guys have not seen anything from the Cornetto trilogy, what the fuck are you doing with your life? It's one of the best sets of movies you'll ever see from a writer combo such as Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Heartwarming. The effects are actually really good for the budget that was given. I remember when I saw it in theaters. Everyone fucking remembers the blue bathroom scene. I was like, what the fuck kind of special effects are these for this type of budget? Edgar Wright is fucking awesome. And to hone on that thing, if you guys have not seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World,
Yes, I love it.
So, The World's End is my number 3. So, Francesca, let's go back at you. So, what is your number 3 favorite Threequel film of all time?
Okay, so I was going.
How long you made us wait?
I know the anticipation is just so real.
I hope it's a good one.
Okay, well, my number 3 is kind of an unusual one, and I didn't even think of it being in a trilogy. But my number 3 is Christmas Vacation. Think about that.
Okay.
And I love it. It's a Christmas classic. I think we all like Christmas Vacation, right?
Oh fuck!
What?
I forgot to put a Christmas classic on my list.
Oh no! But yeah, no.
Shout out to Die Hard with a Vengeance, everyone.
I was gonna say
I forgot.
it's probably Die
Better
Hard.
than Pokemon.
But I love Christmas Vacation. It's so funny, and it just perfectly describes when you have all the fam coming in on for Christmas, and it's just funny, honestly. And I mean, I love it so much.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick because I know the majority of the National Lampoon movies, but what's the first 2 that come before it?
Vacation. No, it's
Vacation.
I can't remember the second. Yeah, Vacation's the first, and is it European Vacation? I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then you have Christmas Vacation.
And then I think Vegas Vacation.
You know what? I've never seen that movie, but every time I come across it, I just see Chevy Chase in pain when he's on that fucking the wheel. He's just like, oh yeah, stretched out. So I just think of it like torture porn. So no,
It's good torture porn.
I'm sure it is. No, you know what's really funny is like I saw Christmas Vacation like once like a long time ago. So the most recent outing I've had of this franchise was the shitty ass remake from last year. I don't want to watch that ever again. That movie,
I'm the only one who liked that movie.
What, you like that movie?
I had a great time.
Oh no.
I can't get over it. The fucking scene with all the policemen from the different places.
Okay, I'll give you that. That
The
was
goddamn car.
that was a pretty funny
the
guess.
gas.
Yeah, no, listen, that movie was shit, but I will say the cop scene was actually pretty clever. I like that. So, but everything else can go suck a big old pile of hair. So, yeah. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. We're moving into our top 2. Now, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to be putting some big-ass blockbusters on there? I don't know. I don't know you two that well to guess it, but I know Brian's. Because, like I said, I'm a fucking wizard at this. So just everyone just watch out. I'm going to blow your mind. So now we're moving on to our number 2s. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, like I said, I don't have any Returns of the Jedis, Returns of the Kings. I don't have any returns of anything. So I'm staying right here. I ain't returning from shit. So, Cinema Darling, let's throw it at you. What is your number 2 of all time?
One of the returns, actually. I'm going to be going with Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
And, I mean, it's not my favorite Star Wars film, but oh my gosh, I love it. I think at the time when we all thought, back then, we didn't have the prequels or anything, we didn't have Force Awakens, I can only imagine the, people just saying like, wow, it's actually over. And I really liked how satisfying the conclusion was and everything. I just really like it. I mean, the original Star Wars trilogy is just classic, so I put that as my number 2.
Okay. Now, I think Francesca knows, so I'll go ahead and tell Cap over there. So, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I like them. I think they're solid, but I'm not a massive...
Ash just had an aneurysm.
I was going to say, my mom just texted me. She's like, there's pasta downstairs. I'm like, I'm kind of really dedicated to this podcast, but now maybe I want that pasta.
Yeah, maybe want that pasta. Listen, guys.
Fuck, I'm out of Parmesan.
We all geek out over certain things. As you can tell from my fucking background, I like to ride the superhero dick. Like, that's what I like. So, I like Star Wars. I even like the Force Awakens quite a bit. I'm just not like a massive fanboy, if that makes any sense. So it's like, I like them. They're good. And now Ash wants to go kill me. So,
Well, I was about to show mine, and then I forgot my softbox is in the way, so fuck it. Look at Django!
Django!
Django's the greatest movie ever made. Let's look at Django.
So, yeah, Return of the Jedi is a good pick. I mean, I expected most people to put that on their list, so it's quite all right. All right.
I hope so.
So, Mr. Vitus, are we going to throw... okay, so I'm assuming since you are a Star Wars fan, let me try to guess. I don't know you, but I'm going to assume that's your number 1. So I'm trying to guess your number 2. Now, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you might have that on there. So I'm going to say Return of the King is your number 2.
Do you want me to tell you you're wrong twice?
Oh, okay.
Okay, here's the deal. I don't have any returns on here either, just because I'm not the giantest Lord of the Rings fan ever, and as much as I hate the prequels, I take this... When I was writing this, I was like, I'm only doing actual 3s, and that's technically 6 now, but I will say, has one of my favorite Han Solo moments ever in it, where, in Return of the Jedi, everyone's doing all this crazy, wacky shit, and they're like, oh, hey, the Force, and that, and that. Then there's a moment in that movie where Han Solo literally kills the guy by throwing a box at him, and it's a brilliant, brilliant cinematic moment. But it's not on my list. It's not on there.
Well, I'm going to go cry now because I'm wrong again.
Yeah.
Brian's list I was...
Well, I'm going to cry too, because before I even go into my number 2, Rocky V's off the list. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and everything goes down 1. Die Hard with a Vengeance is number 3 because I forgot about it. But number 2 is Toy Story 3.
Okay, so you have a heart way more than Brian, so that's good. We're on the right page.
Apparently, yeah.
Are you? Oh my god! I told you I saw the movie 6 times in the theater.
Oh my gosh.
6 times.
Brian, it's okay. All right, so yeah, do you need to say more than what Brian said, or like why is Toy Story 3 special to you?
Well, in my opinion, like Star Wars will forever be my favorite trilogy of all time, but I put Toy Story like right underneath because I think it's a perfect trilogy, and I'm in that group of people who thinks the third one's actually the best of the bunch. I think it's the most emotional. I think it has the best characters, and it's even like I've seen it like a gazillion times now. Like, yet every time I watch it, it still gets me choked up. It's fucking toys. It's fucking toys, and I'm crying like a bitch. It's fucking toys, and I brought my dad to see it. He cried like a bitch. My dad! He doesn't give a shit about this shit. It's that good of a movie. And that's why it's number 2 for me.
Yeah, Toy Story 3, I'm going to pass on. All right, so, Brian, what is your number 2 that you put above Toy Story 3?
Can you guess? You usually like to make guesses around number 2.
Whoa! You say guesses as if I'm wrong, guys. Listen, Captain Vice, just fucking watch. I'm about to blow your mind. All right, so
shit.
Let's see. Brian probably put a Star Wars movie on there, and he probably put a Lord of the Rings movie on there. So, Brian, am I at least correct on that front?
You're half correct.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that you did not put Lord of the Rings on there, and you put. Oh, fuck. I'm going to say you put Return of the Jedi at number 2.
My number 2 is Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, so I was only slightly
wrong!
That was
you are still wrong!
I know. That was the first time I've ever been wrong, so, you know.
False. That is not the first time you've ever been wrong. That is false information.
No, that is correct information. Don't lie to our guest. All right, so, Brian, why is the Prisoner of Azkaban special to you?
I'm a massive Harry Potter fanatic. I read all of the books. I saw all the films. I went to the Wizarding World. Greatest thing in my life. I can't wait to buy the new book. I can't wait to see the play. Harry Potter has been a big part of my life since I was a little curly hair boy. And to me, Prisoner of Azkaban is not only my favorite one, but I think it's the best one of the entire series. I think what Alfonso Cuarón did coming onto the series, he made it darker, he made it more mature, because while the first 2 films are fantastic in their own way, directed very well by Chris Columbus, this one was so mature, it started the mature themes to it. While people may say Goblet of Fire did that, I think Prisoner of Azkaban did that. It was darker in terms of the cinematography, John Williams' score was more gritty and more intense, but still fun at the same time. There were a lot of intense sequences, particularly with the Dementors. When you first see them on the train, you're just like, what is this? Is this really PG? How could this be PG and PG? Like, how is this possible? And then you have the Quidditch sequence where Harry's up all the way in the sky finding the golden snitch, and then the Dementor comes, and then he falls like 1,000 feet to the ground. It's like a haunting scene. And when they're in the forest, too, and when he yells, Expecto Patronum, in terms of, like, why this is the best one, I think it's just the darkest one, and that's why I think it's so much better than all the other 7 movies, because it's the most mature out of all of them, in my opinion. It's the most, like, well done, because Alfonso Cuarón came onto it, and I just think that it's incredibly made. And plus, the sequence that always gets me the most is when Snape walks in and they says, turn to page 394, and I have a shirt right now.
Oh, shit.
Always. Like, yeah, Harry Potter's my life. Prisoner of Azkaban, my number 2. I know Chase is just so shocked that this is on my list.
Okay, so first of all, Brian, don't strip. This is a fucking family show. And second of all...
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
Come on, Brian. Come on, there's fucking kids listening. All right, so listen. I think Prisoner of Azkaban is a good movie, but it's not my favorite one out of the bunch. My favorite is... I combine them together all the time. It's the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. But I will agree that Prisoner of Azkaban did start that dark trend in the Harry Potter films, which is great because I recently started like a mini marathon, and like I watched the first 2 and I was like, oh my god, Christopher Columbus basically just like made this into a gigantic candy store. Like, it's just so colorful and bright, and like it's so kiddie. But then when you get to Prisoner of Azkaban, Alfonso Cuarón probably busted down WB's door when it's just like, yo, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it dark, and you're gonna fucking like it. And then Warner Bros. Just kind of bent over and took it, and now here we are. So
one thing I forgot was the addition of Gary Oldman as Sirius Black. I mean, well-realized character, and Gary Oldman was the perfect person to play because once I read all the books and I rewatched the films, I'm like, you know what? Gary Oldman just has that perfect, creepy vibe to him, but then you feel for him once you learn more about Sirius Black. And I mean, like, the scene, like, I know the scene's not supposed to make me laugh, but when Harry yells, he's like this, "He was their friend!" Like, it just cracks me up.
Yeah.
Harry, you never yelled before, and congratulations for reaching puberty at age 13. That's beautiful. Bravo. No, but Prisoner of Azkaban, seriously, like, I wouldn't argue with you by putting Deathly Hallows as the best one. I think Deathly Hallows, both ones are fantastic in their own way, but like you said, because Deathly Hallows started the dark themes, I think that's why kind of may be the best one in my eyes.
Well, Harry Potter holds a place in my heart that's very special because I grew up with those actors. Yeah, that's right. I was literally the same age when they came out with the first one, so I grew up with all three of them. So I felt like I was a part of Hogwarts. So, yeah, my number 2. For a guy that's like 6'4" and 260 pounds, many people can look at me and go, "That guy's not a sap. He doesn't like romance movies," but deep down, I do.
Oh, I know where this.
Deep down, I get tingles in this shit. That's just what I like. It's okay, folks. Don't be scared. So, my number 2 is Before Midnight. Now, like what Brian was saying, this is one of the best romantic trilogies of all time. It's one of the best movies of the decade so far. I do agree with that. I love the whole damn trilogy. When you watch it from beginning to end, starting with the first one, second one, third one, which, by the way, I powered through all 3 of them in one night because someone told me about it, and they're just like, "Dude, you gotta watch this." And I was like, "Okay, I'll watch it and like start the second one tomorrow." No, I watched all 3 in one night, and I was tired as shit at work the next morning. But I slept at my desk, and that's neither here nor there. So, Before Midnight, it's like what Brian was saying. They have kids now. The relationship's more advanced. It's more depressing and stuff because that like marriages have their rough patches and stuff, and it was kind of sad to see them hit their rough patch and all that stuff, and they just have to figure out all their stuff while growing as a couple, and they know that there's gonna be rough patches, but they gotta just push through it. But Linklater's writing and directing it's just as good as the first 2. It's just a solid fucking trilogy, and if you want to have a good little cry, you want to see Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy just have a relationship that's all about talking and long one-take shots walking around everywhere, this is your type of movie. So, yeah, I highly suggest you check that out. Before Midnight is my number 2. So now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the jury, we are reaching our number 1. Now, this is the film that will define our list. Whatever you throw on there, this is it. This is what people will remember you by. Do you really want to put Spy Kids 3 on there? You don't. It's okay. So, number 1s. So, Scimitar, let me ask you this question because you got to answer carefully. What is your favorite third installment of a franchise of all time?
Can I have a tie for first place?
No! Oh, shit. Okay, then rules have...
I don't know the rules here. I don't know. I just wanted to yell.
Yeah,
or I can debunk Spy Kids 3D, okay? I can...
No, do a tie. Do a tie.
Do a tie? Okay, because I was going through, and these 2 threequels, I just love so much, and I couldn't even bear to, like, just, put one under or below or whatever. Ash is going to love me then hate me when I say it, though, so... because I know you. For first place.
I fucking think it is.
Love you, Ash. Love you, Ash. Long time. First place for me is Toy Story 3 and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
I don't hate you.
I thought you hated Harry Potter.
That's the only one I like.
Okay, we Gucci then.
I thought you were going to say Hunger Games.
No, I don't like part 1. Well, I like part 1, but it's not amazing.
Well, you got angry at me when I told you.
I felt like you were going to say Eclipse. I don't know why. I thought you were going to say Eclipse.
I should have. It's like Eclipse is the best in that series, but I'm not like you know.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna say Friday the 13th 3, and I was like, well, shit, I was wrong. So, all right. Can you
We were all wrong.
like just why is Toy Story 3 and Prisoner of Azkaban special to you?
Okay, well, both. I mean, I know we shouldn't cling to nostalgia, but sometimes it's a little hard not to. But Toy Story 3, in general, is just an incredible film, like what Ash was talking about. It is one of the most emotional movies, I feel like, sometimes. Like, all the time. I really liked how it wrapped up that trilogy nicely. And it was, we've seen, Andy and obviously the toys through all of the years. And I love how the story, as always with Pixar, they give a really deep story. And I love the Toy Story trilogy. I grew up with it, but Toy Story 3 just did everything right. Prisoner of Azkaban, I am a huge Harry Potter fan as well. I love Harry Potter so much, and with obviously Alfonso Cuarón, he directed this, and I totally 180% agree with Brian. I know Goblet of Fire started the more like a teenage Harry, kind of darker Harry Potter vibe, but I feel like it started with Prisoner of Azkaban. Because Chris Columbus, he had the bright, it was very, mystical and majestic and, very bright. And then Prisoner of Azkaban kind of takes it and it's like, well, we're going to make a darker story. And Gary Oldman as Sirius Black was grade A. I loved it. And I just love both so much.
Okay, I mean, hey, listen, I can't judge. Yeah, I like Prisoner of Azkaban, but it's like, I'll leave it off on there. So,
Okay.
Captain Vitus, sir,
I gotta hear this.
what is your favorite third installment of a franchise of all time?
Are there any guesses?
I'm just
Fran, you've known me for a year. Do you have anything?
What was your number 3? Because I didn't get to hear it because it dropped off.
Oh, well,
Can you just say your
was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but now it's Die Hard with a Vengeance because fuck the rules. Die Hard's so good.
And Toy Story's already been said.
Yeah.
And Rocky's already been said.
Yeah.
Terminator? No.
Terminator 3 sucks. I'm going to stop it right there.
It's not Jurassic World. It's not Jurassic Park 3. It's not that.
As much as I actually do love that movie, no, it's not.
Gosh.
But
Goodness.
Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 1, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Oh,
Same director
it's Last
of my
Crusade!
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay.
I have a mad homo boner for that movie. I am in extremely mad romantic love with it. It's because for me, Raiders of the Lost Ark is quite possibly the greatest adventure film ever made, and it's like right there. Fucking Crusade's like right there. Like they are neck and neck for me. Everything The Last Crusade did, I loved. It was the perfect way to continue the franchise. It just upped everything. The adventure was more epic. It has, dare I say it, the greatest father-son dynamic in a movie ever with Sean Connery and Harrison Ford. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. Sean Connery, one of my favorite performances from him in that movie, has one of the best endings of any Indiana Jones movie. It gave us memes like the "he chose not wisely." It gave us that shit. It's so good. It has the blimp fight. It has great action. It has the goddamn motorcycle chase. I love everything about that movie. I want to watch it right now, really bad.
All right, so now you guys understand when I get fucking excited for superhero movies. I look like that. So anyone that looks at me weird, go fuck yourself.
I'm the only guy in the world who was like, for Indy 5, literally.
I appreciate your passion because we need more of that in this fucking world. Unlike Brian's cold fucking heart for putting Toy Story 3 so goddamn low on his list. All right, so Brian, co-host buddy. All right, so what is your number 1 of all time? Is it Return of the Jedi? Is it Return of the Jedi?
My number 1 is Return of the fucking King.
Oh shit! Look at that curveball right there.
I am a humongous Lord of the Rings fan, and this one I did not read the books for this one, like I did with Potter.
No, I get you there.
When I was a little boy, I saw Lord of the Rings, and I was terrified. I think I might shit my pants when I first saw Lord of the Rings. These films are just so technically well made to the point where I'm just like, I can't even believe that these films are just they exist. Return of the King was just, I mean, as incredible as the first two are, this one just steps up to like the gates of heaven. This high up.
Oh, we're up. We're up.
Oh, it's even bright.
Like,
can you like bring that down, please? Like we're getting too high up in this joint.
no, it's meant to be too high like this. That's
We can't go to heaven right now. They won't let me in.
heaven. It's
Oh
heaven.
shit! What's happening? Oh shit!
We're all gonna watch Francesca just go. Ah! And I'm just gonna be like,
You fly out.
okay, I guess I wait here for Satan to rape me. Gotcha.
But everything is so technically well advanced with this film. The action, the visuals, the acting, the writing, the direction. The film won every single Oscar it was nominated for, including Best Picture. I remember when I found out, I'm like, really? They gave it to this? Well, goddamn you, Academy, because you guys are the greatest people alive. And
Then they did crash. Just gonna say that.
And then they immediately fucked up.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's a different story. But no, and this film contains my favorite moment from the entire trilogy when they're about to go up to Mordor and Frodo can't get up, so Sam carries him. I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. Like that scene makes me so emotional. I was watching it right before I began this, and I was teary, and I had to hide the tears before I looked up because if Chase saw me crying, obviously he would think I'm just like some sissy or something. But no, Return of the King is fantastic. The last 30 minutes alone, the battle, the final battle sequence is so well done. And yes, the movie is like 15 hours long. It's so fucking long, but to me, it works perfectly for this film. I can't watch the extended edition though, because then I've fallen asleep 2 times watching that, and I don't know why. They're too long. I don't know. But Return of the King, in my opinion, is the best threequel ever made. It's the most well done threequel in terms of like big blockbuster, and it wraps up the entire Lord of the Rings story perfectly well. No one could have done this entire trilogy the way Peter Jackson did after watching this film. I'm glad that it won Best Picture. I'm glad Peter Jackson won Best Director. This film is nothing short of perfect. It's one of my favorite films of all time, as well as the other two. Return of the King is my #1 threequel.
Woot woot.
That is a good pick. So my #1. Let's do a little backstory, ladies and gentlemen, because this is what I do every single fucking week. All right. I remember when I was 5 years old, the first one came out, and I connected it immediately because I then wanted to see my toys come to life as soon as I left my bedroom. Did not work. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. Just spoiler alert: it did not work. All right. So when I was 9 years old, the second one came out, and I grew up with Andy. And when the third one came out, I was 20 years old, so I was around the age that Andy was leaving for college in the movie. And Brian is not a sissy because at 20 years old, I fucking cried in the theater. That's right. Toy Story 3 is the best third installment ever made, hands down. Just like what Cap was saying, this is a perfect end and closure to this trilogy. It is so emotional. Like, if you are not crying in that incinerator scene, you have no heart. You are not human.
I agree.
Exactly. It's
about sitting in the theater watching that scene thinking that they might die, and then like my heart was like, my 12-year-old heart was like, I almost threw up watching that scene.
Well, Jesus, Brian, don't be so fucking dark. I didn't think they were going to die.
And I was like, Pixar, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, I thought they were gonna die. Oh my gosh.
My God, you guys are all fucking dark tonight. I was hopeful. What the hell, guys? No, but it's emotional. It's heartfelt. It's great writing. It's funny. I agree with Cat, man. This is the best one of the trilogy, hands down. It's one of the best closures to any storyline I've ever seen, and it's an animated movie. So if Social Network did not come out that year, I would have had that.
Oh, yes,
for sure.
I get you there.
Because Social Network was hands down the best movie that year, but Toy Story 3 was a very close second. So, yeah, that is my #1. It holds a special place in my heart. I grew up with Andy, and yeah, I'm excited for the fourth one. So that will do it, guys. That is our list, and here's the board. Look how this looks like a fucking math equation. Look at this shit. I broke it up into 4 this week. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and look right at the bottom. Spy Kids 3D.
I'm gonna get roasted for this forever, aren't I?
Don't worry. Every time you come on, I'm just gonna assume Spy Kids is on your list. So yeah, that is our list, and I want to thank our two guests coming on. If you guys want to stick around to do honorable mentions, I don't know if you guys have to go.
I swear to God, I have honorable mentions. I also don't have to go.
Oh shit! Well, usually people listen, I'm not joking. Usually people get sick of us at this point, so I offer it. So all right. So with that being said, guys, let's jump into it. Honorable mentions. I'll go first. I'm just gonna shoot them down. Return of the King. I actually like the third Hobbit movie. Go suck my dick.
Oh yeah, no, I like it as well.
I like the fucking elk.
I like that one thing in it.
It's the best part about it.
I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of the Saw franchise. I like the third one and that one.
I shouldn't laugh. I love the second one.
I mean, listen, I like the whole franchise, so if you don't, that's okay. I'll still love you. And I gotta say, the third Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors, is actually really good. Naked Gun 3 and Harry Potter 3. I actually like the third Hangover, so suck my dick on that one too. And that was my honorable mentions, so I'll throw it over to good old Francesca. Francesca, what are some of the ones that barely just did not get to your list?
Oh goodness, I'll have to think. I mean, I was scrolling through, and I was like, some of these aren't the worst. I mean,
some of them are not bad.
Some of them are not bad. I mean, I haven't seen Spider-Man 3 literally in years, so I don't know if my opinion has changed. Because sometimes, when you've watched something after the hate, like there's a lot of hate, and then it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm not saying Eclipse by any means should be an honorable mention, but in that series, it's the best. But I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, so Cap, I will throw it over to you. What are some of the ones that you still like, but they just didn't make your list?
Oh well, these. I'm looking up a list right now.
Exactly.
I had one that got knocked off before I made my initial list. Completely forgot about it. I guess Goldfinger's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Goldmember.
I like Goldmember. That's a fun shit. I guess. Fuck it. Return of the King, definitely honorable mention. You mentioned Army of Darkness. I like Army of Darkness a lot, and well, fucking me. That's a B and a B. I don't know. I keep on looking at everything, and I'm just like, oh wait, that's the third one that sucks. So yeah, I don't know those ones.
Yeah, you're thinking of all these franchises and trilogies. You're just like, oh my god, the first one's great, the second one's great. Oh, but the third one's cool.
Well, yeah, my eyes immediately keep going to my Blade Blu-rays, and I'm like, oh shit, I love Blade. Oh, what Blade Trinity? Suck shit, fuck.
But don't worry. Hold that for your for dishonorable mentions, because I got some of those as well. So
shit, there we go.
Ryan, what about you? What are ones that really missed your list?
Oh man, there's so many. Last Crusade, Rocky 3, Return to Jedi, The World's End, The Battle of the Five Armies, Die Hard with a Vengeance. A lot of people shit on Back to the Future 3. I like Back to the Future 3 for what it is.
I like Back to the Future 3 too.
Yay! Finally, someone. And does anyone like The Dark Knight Rises? Because no one.
Oh, I like it. Oh, that's one I should have said.
Yeah,
Chase, you like The Dark Knight Rises?
I like it a lot, actually.
Good. And I will bring up High School Musical 3 because I watched that film. I love that film actually to death. I think it's such a beautifully done film, surprisingly.
It is.
And Scream, I religiously watched the Scream sequence at one point for 4 straight hours because I had nothing else to do because Zachy, make a musical again. Just don't do anything family friendly. The Good and the Bad and the Ugly, Mission Impossible 3, Star Trek 3, and I'm a big raunchy comedy fan. I love American Wedding.
I do too.
Yeah! That one too!
Okay, I'm going to say this right now. I actually like the whole, I like the first 4. The actual theatrical released American Pie films.
No, they're all great. They're all fantastic.
Fucking people. Thank God. I thought I was the only one who liked the entire quadrilogy.
No,
the rest of it is just stuff you watch with the sound off it while you jerk off. But that
I agree.
Quadrilogy is fucking good.
Yeah, no, that whole I grew up with that shit. I remember the first one came out when I was 9 years old. I went to my friend's house. Sorry, Mom, if you're listening, but my parents wouldn't let me watch R-rated movies. My friend's mom would. So I watched American Pie when I was 9, and my whole world was open. And now, Now you know why I'm the way I am. So that is a damn fact. Let's get into the shit piles. Dishonorable mentions. I'm going to go first. Home Alone 3. Why was that a thing?
Oh goodness, yeah.
Spy Kids 3. Sorry, Francesca.
It's Gucci. Don't worry.
No,
Rush
don't
Hour
you
3
did not say that. You did not say Gucci.
Oh my god, that came out. I'm sorry.
Whoops. Rush Hour 3 is garbage. Final Destination 3 is pretty bad. Spider-Man 3 is bad. Batman Forever. And X-Men The Last Stand. Just stop it. So, Francesca.
Oh, yes. Oh, you just reminded me. You remind me of The Last Stand. Oh.
So what about you? What are ones that just get under your skin?
No, I remember The Last Stand. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. I guess I'll put Spider-Man 3 in here because I just remember it was a complete downgrade from Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, and I
saw it blind for the first time, by the way.
What?
I saw it blind for the first time.
Really?
Yeah. It was on. I think it was on a trip or whatever, and like I lost my glasses, so I watched Spider-Man 3 fucking blind, and I had no idea what was going on. I was like, there's a bunch of blurs and stuff happening. I was like, that's red. So that's his suit. So I saw that part, but I don't remember anything else.
Goodness me, that's funny. I mean, you probably had a better experience than all of us who watched it with like 20/20 vision. I mean, oh goodness. Let's put clips in there because you gotta get to that middle school nostalgia for me personally.
I have some pictures of you that would say otherwise. Throwing that out there.
Oh, don't blackmail me.
We'll discuss that afterwards. All right, so Captain Vitus, what about you? What are some of the ones that you just absolutely want to like just kill on the spot?
Well, I mentioned Blade Trinity, which is just
it's awful.
Because I love the first two Blades, and then this one, you read the synopsis, and you're like, fuck yeah, they're going up against Dracula. Little do you know, Dracula is now named Drake, and he looks like he owns a nightclub in New Jersey, and you're like,
Jersey.
Oh, thanks for making fun of my state. Actually, no, keep making fun of it. I don't mind.
I'm sure if you saw the movie, you'd be like, hey, I know that guy. But, no, that's a bad one. I'll throw Spider-Man 3 in there.
Yeah.
On the dance scene alone, like the fucking...
Emo Peter in the club. Now take on
not
this.
good, not good. Expendables 3 wasn't good. Fucking... Shit, I had one. See, this
Iron Man 3? Would y'all say Iron Man 3?
I
mean, I don't think it's horrible.
I'll say the second half of Iron Man 3, because I think the first half of Iron Man 3 is a great movie, but I don't think the twist is the only bad part about that movie. I think that entire third act just blows, so the third act of Iron Man 3.
I kind of agree with you.
Oh, Jaws 3D!
Oh.
Although that one's fun to watch.
Oh my god, that just makes me want to cry a little bit in the corner that you see back there. I'm just gonna go curl up in the fetal position. So.
Oh shit! Wait, I got one. Mockingjay.
Oh,
that
okay.
Shit.
I would not put that. I wouldn't put it in a dishonorable mention, but I get it.
Oh, I would.
It's very nothing really happens.
It's the whole propaganda.
It's just okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, for me, but I get you.
Not when you're Ash. When you're Ash and you don't like the other ones, and then you see that one, you're like,
oh yeah, no, I would.
Okay, then you're putting yourself in torture at that point. So.
Yeah.
Where would the third Mad Max rank for y'all?
I haven't seen Thunderdome.
I haven't seen it either.
That's the only Mad Max I haven't seen yet.
Okay, I didn't know.
We haven't seen the originals.
Yeah, so
we're horrible.
We are lame people. So with that being said, guys, that is it for the show. Brian, what are we doing next week?
I can't believe you skipped over me with the dishonorable mention, you asshole.
You don't have. I'm kidding. Wow, Brian's he's just pissed off today. Brian, what are your dishonorable mentions?
Transformers 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Hey,
forget about that.
That one's way better than 2 and 4, so...
I'll say it's better than 2, yeah.
Well, yeah, and taking a flaming shit is better than taking a bloody one, but...
From Shia LaBeouf at one point. Yeah, like, what? Okay, entertaining. Home Alone 3, get the fuck out. RoboCop.
Taken.
Taken 3 is a dishonorable mention. well. RoboCop.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Taken 3, but I want to. It looks so bad, but I
haven't
need it.
seen it, but I'm gonna say it.
RoboCop 3, The Matrix Revolutions. I'm on board with Fast and Furious, but I hate Tokyo Drift.
Fuck you.
I
No
hate
way.
Tokyo Drift. I don't like it. It's not the same without the original people. I'm sorry. It's not the same.
It flows well with the story that they've created. Like whatever.
If you say so, but to me, I just
The only
found
good-
it weak. I saw it after
Yeah.
5 and 6, so I was like, oh, that's kind of a letdown compared to what the series has gone. Last dishonorable mention, and people are going to be shocked that this is not my worst, Alvin and the Fuck Monks, Chipwrecked. Fuck.
Why'd you see it?
Did you see it?
Oh, I saw it.
Why would you see
I
it?
saw it.
It was on cable one day, and I was bored, and I had to see how bad it is. So
Oh gosh.
There's better things to do than watching Alvin and the Chipmunks when you're
Boy,
bored.
I
Like,
Yeah.
do
I want-
cocaine.
Okay,
Or
my worst is Alien.
gouge your eyes out.
Alien 3 is my worst.
Oh!
I was gonna say, oh my god.
God! You're just like dropping all these, and I'm just like, that one! Alien 3 is.
I did my research, and I made sure I wasn't gonna miss any one of them.
Okay, yeah, that's my worst. God, Alien 3.
I only own the first Alien. I've yet to buy Aliens. I love those 2 films to death. This one, I don't know what was going on. Fox interfered, and that's why David Fincher rightfully disowns this film. I love you.
Well, he should.
Some people say, oh, it's David Fincher's fault that this film was bad. He is not to blame for this film. He clearly has said that he disowns the movie. He disowns the fucking film. And look at him now. He is like a king, and he is the man. And also, I know a lot of people hate this film, and I'm going to say this right now because I actually really do like this film. I like Men in Black 3. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, it's not horrible. Yeah.
Chase told me one time, oh, I hate that film.
I never said that. I said it was okay.
You're like, ugh, how could you
It
like Men in
was-
Black 3?
It was okay. I like, obviously, the first one for me is the best,
I said I
if
hate-
I remember.
Say it with confidence, Francesca.
The first one's the best,
Thank
in my
you.
opinion.
Yeah, the,
Okay, but the third one was okay. I mean,
the second
I will
one.
fight you on that. I'm the idiot who likes Jurassic Park 3.
Exactly. He likes Jurassic Park 3. I like Men in Black 3.
yeah, no, it's good. No, Josh Brolin he did a really good job with
Yes.
A great
K.
Tommy
With
Lee
K.
Jones impression.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like with Kay, he did a great job.
Yeah, no, I said I hated the second one. The second one's garbage.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the second one in ages.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I remember watching it when I was a child with a terrible flu.
Oh,
I
not
more
fun
remember
times.
the flu than I do the movie. I remember things exploding into goo, but more the flu.
Oh, I just thought of a funny one. The third Rugrats movie, going back to the Nickelodeon.
Oh,
What, they made a third one?
Yeah, it's like Rugrats Go Wild. Oh, it was the Wild Thornberries crossover.
Oh,
That's
what?
it was.
Oh, shit.
I just
remember
remembered
that.
that.
That was
That was
groundbreaking shit when it happened.
It was. I mean, I don't even remember if it was good or
Just
not.
like,
but
oh,
like,
shit.
yeah.
It was horrendous.
Oh, shit, they know each other.
I know, right? It was like, what?
It was a great concept, and then it went to shit. I don't know why, but it just...
You sound really angry. You sound like
my
this movie.
Rugrats was my shit growing up. That was like my thing growing
Oh,
up.
I love Rugrats. Yeah.
The Wild Full Marriage movie, I would watch that movie so many times when I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah, me
Like,
too.
on that movie. Any other third films that we haven't brought up to see if we like it?
Goodness me. Now I'm thinking of Disney and all this
Backdoor
stuff.
Sluts 3 was pretty good.
Yeah, the sequel's really good too on that one.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
You guys all hate X-Men 3. I think it's bad, but I don't think it's the worst thing ever.
Wait, what?
X-Men 3. I know you guys all hate that film. I personally
Yeah.
think it's just whatever.
Oh, did I mention Terminator 3?
Yeah.
Terminator 3 is not bad.
It's fuck Terminator 3. I don't give a shit.
No, I rewatched it before Genesis, and I can tell you this, that it's actually way better than
That's
South.
not what you call it, Pete. That's not how you pronounce it.
I'm not going to
You
do
pronounce
it.
it in the way that...
No, I'm not going to
Isn't
do
it
that.
Genesis?
Okay, fine. So
No, Chase pronounced it. Go ahead, Chase.
okay, so basically, the way the writers came up with Genesis is that as they were writing it, Paramount was like, hey, we really need a subtitle to this movie. And the writers were like, okay. And so one was like actually masturbating at the time. So he was like, well, I could do this one. No, that's not good. That one, no. And then he's like, Genesis. And he came right as he said Genesis. And that it just flows well. So it's Genesis. So
I think it was just a typo when they were when someone was like making the chair. Because I remember when they announced the title, they did it with Arnold sitting in his little chair. And I think the person doing it just misspelled it, and they were like, fuck, and they were like, that's fine.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah,
no one cares.
I think he just came at the writer's table, and then he's just like, you know what, we're just going to leave it because we're terrible.
I'm sure someone came.
Oh, Revenge of the Sith.
I like it.
Okay.
Your new empire.
All the Star Wars movies. No, Revenge of the Sith is an alright movie. And it turns into the fucking room at the end where it's just like.
You are the chosen one.
You were meant to destroy the Sith, not join them!
I hate you!
Not leaving in darkness!
No,
See, that's all we need other shit.
What I remember from Revenge of the Sith is just Hayden Christensen's Oscar-worthy performance. So,
totally.
You will try. And then they're both just like flames.
It was amazing.
That's a great flick.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that will go down in history as one of the worst ones. So, with that being said, Brian,
that's better than the other two.
Oh yeah, for sure. I will at least give you guys that. So, Brian, what are we doing next week?
Oh, I want to hear.
Next week, in honor of the most hyped up release of the entire year, Batman v Superman, we are honoring Batman himself, Ben Affleck.
What was that?
Ben fucking Affleck.
Oh, so we're doing a good old Batman. That should be fun. So, yeah, I'm excited to not put Giggly or Daredevil on there. So, it's going to be one of those fantastic lists. So, with that being said, guys, what are some of your favorite Threequel films? Comment in the place where open my face and let me know. And I want to thank Mr. Captain Vitus and Cinema Dollar for coming on and not being blackmailed by me to come on. So, just thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I was definitely blackmailed, but I had a good time. Francesca has pictures of me laughing at a shitty movie, and she was like, I will show these to the world. And I was like, this is a really bad gag. I should stop while I'm ahead.
I mean, it's okay. It's just it's one of those things where, if you're blackmailed, just get it over with. It'll be painless that way. So, Francesca, we'll start with you. Where can the people find you online?
Oh my goodness. Well, y'all can find me at Cinema Darling. It's a classy, or tries to be classy, little channel.
My channel. That's for damn sure.
It's my channel, and I do everything and anything film related. And yeah, you can basically all of the social media you could ever think of is Cinema Darling. So like Twitter, Instagram, and everything. MySpace. Yes, my MySpace
Friendster.
is that as well, and Friendster and Napster, maybe. Yeah, I'll say Napster. Yeah.
Lars Ulrich better not hear you say that.
But yes,
made a Metallica joke on a movie show.
Oh gosh. But thank y'all so much for having me on. It was a very dope time, even though my little Wi-Fi kind of died for a little bit of it. But I'm so excited I get to be here.
And no problem. And what's really funny? Like, you were gone for so long that you came in at the right time where it was your turn. So if you were listening to the audio version of this, you wouldn't even be able to fucking tell. So. Okay, good.
I hate when I screw things up.
You just fucked up in the order of how he introduced us.
Yeah, bitch, what's up? What's up, bitches? All right, that's Francesca's phrase now. That's what she'll always be known for.
Oh gosh.
That and Spy Kids 3. So
don't worry, I won't let her let it down.
Stop it.
Where can the people find you online?
Oh, me? Wow. Well, you can find me at, of course, the Captain Vitus Show here on YouTube, where we do movie reviews, we do anime reviews, and we occasionally, and by occasionally I mean once in every blue moon, we review a video game. Got one of those coming up. I just played Twilight Princess HD for the millionth time, so I'll be coming up. Of course, you can follow me on all the social medias, all the ones Francesca mentioned. Be sure to follow me on my Letterboxd where I review every fucking thing I see. And
Oh yeah, Letterboxd, I have that.
of course, I don't know, I'm on Tinder.
Yeah, all right. Swipe.
Yeah. I'll swipe.
Find me on Tinder.
If my girlfriend's listening to this, I will swipe right on his Tinder profile only. Okay, he's a cool dude, so I'll go ahead and just friend him. If you guys want to follow them, all their links in the description will be in below. And then Brian, where can the people find you online?
Twitter at BrianStuts98 and on YouTube at Brian Sutfield.
All right, and on Brian's Twitter page, you can go find his heart. It needs to be found because he put Toy Story 3 in the 3rd spot. So if you guys want to follow me on everything, it's at Real Chase Lee, and all my shit is in the description below as well. So I want to thank you guys for coming on, and thank you for listening to
welcome.
Live. Francesca, if you are not scared, you can come back on again. Same with you, Captain.
Okay.
So, if you guys are not frightened by me just yet, then you can come back on anytime.
I'm pretty terrified, but I had a good time, so yeah.
Perfect. So, so we'll see you guys next week for another episode of Top 5 Saturdays Live. I'm Chase Lee.
I'm Brian Sutfield.
That's fucking right. And, hey, listen, Batflex next week. I can't wait to discuss Giggly, because that's obviously my number one. No, it's not. All right, let's play the outro music. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Stay classy.
Right.
Oh, man, you don't get shit? That's right.
I used to have hair.